Hey guys, welcome to oddsmarket.com. Stuart from Tipster HQ is here now. We're going to take a look at the Europa League Week 1 matches taking place on Thursday. Now, we've got 23 matches to it. And for a bettor who wants to bet the Europa League matches on Thursday, how do they break it down? Because you can't obviously do 23. Like, for example, when you were sort of like doing your picks, writing the article, how were you able to make your selection?
Well, first thing I do is I go through and I completely eliminate any side I know nothing about. And so there's a few, but I've just gone through and said I know nothing about that team. In fact, I know nothing about either side, so I'm not going to talk about them. And then you've got to look through and you start looking through the records. You look see if there's any head-to-heads, which way that's gone in the past, and then you'll look at the current form, and then you weigh all of that up against the odds and see where there's any value there.
Yeah, one of my tips actually was that I looked at sort of like the outrights, of the competition of who's going to win. I think it goes sort of like Manchester United, Roma. I think Athletic Bilbao is in there as well, and then sort of like looking about who they are paired against, and then sort of making the selection from there. Because personally, I think Manchester United, I think their price is a pretty good price as favourites right now to win the competition.
Yeah, but you generally don't seem to need a huge number of points to actually qualify from the group. So, clubs can afford to take risks with their lineups, and you go from there. Manchester United one I would be a little bit wary of because I think they could rotate their side a bit.
Now, obviously, unlike the Champions League, Europa League actually has a lot of value on the favourites. Are there any favourites that you like that have value playing on Thursday?
I quite like AS Roma. I think they're a side that would normally be a Champions League side, but they lost in the qualifiers against Porto. I think they could go all the way. Certainly a side to keep an eye on.
Yeah, well, Roma actually are second favourites there to win Europa League behind Manchester United. What about any of these sort of the up-and-coming teams? One match that I was actually looking at was against Shakhtar Donetsk. Obviously, they made it to the semi-finals last year, and not that I think that they can win, but I do like them in their match against Kontobor, 1.9 Pinnacle. Would you say that's quite a good bet?
The issue for me is that they're playing away in Greece, so they may find things a little bit more difficult there. It's one I'm avoiding.
All right. Now, break us down. Have you got sort of like the top three? Obviously, 23 matches. We can't bet them all, but what would you say are the top three that we should look at?
Well, I've got top three bets, shall we say. First one's Karabag versus Liberec. I'm backing Karabag. They're not a side that a lot of people know about, but they are a good, solid side. They've got some flair players in there as well. And 1.76 with SBO bet. I was pretty happy to get those odds. Then I'm backing my choice to actually win the entire competition, AS Roma against Plitzen. I'm expecting them to get an away win, and I found 2.04 with Pinnacle for that, so I was very, very happy with that one. And then my third and final choice for this one is in the Nice versus Schalke match. Now, Schalke have lost their opening 2 matches in the Bundesliga, but they are a difficult side to beat. Bayern Munich only got 2 goals against them on Friday, and I think this will be another tight match as well. So I'm going for under 2.5 goals in that one. 1.73 with Pinnacle. All
right, great stuff. That's Stuart from tipsterhq.com. Head on over to oddsmarket.com. Stuart's actually written an article breaking down the Europa League picks and best plays there. Do check that out. Comment section below this video. Stuart, thanks for joining us.